Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of OilTown here in City Skylines 2, where today, boys, we have a little bit of an issue. With all the recent expansions that we've done in the most recent episodes, that's kind of how it works, we have a little bit of an unemployment problem now starting to arise. The airport has helped out the island in bringing so many more people here, that it's now caused us the opposite issue. Before we had too many jobs, not enough people living here. Now we have too many people living here and not enough jobs. Has unemployment actually risen quite high, but now it's going up to 16%. Now, what we're going to do in today's episode is we're going to expand some of our industry. We're also going to have to build more oil wells as well. Now, these fields do provide us with quite a few job availabilities. We are starting to kind of slowly run out of space and where we can pretty much do it. I am going to build it as far as the little stream running down. I did mention, should I build a dam? A lot of you guys don't want to see a dam right now. But, I don't know, guys. What do you reckon? Should we build a dam or should we not? Now, we have to do a lot of industry expansions, which we're also going to have to then expand the public transport so people can get to these areas. This is going to be an expensive episode, boys, but hopefully we can reduce unemployment. Now, when it comes to workplaces, you can see what we have available and what we're kind of slacking on. So we have everything pretty much filled to the brim. There is not one area that is underserved or overserved than any of the other areas. We kind of, across the board, need to provide these jobs. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize this little area over here to extend our industry. We do have these subway lines coming through where the one turns off to go to the airport island. We have this one that's going to continue to run down to this area. So we should be able to build an additional subway stop for people who kind of work within this vicinity there. We've got one kind of just here and one just there. We'll have one more here before it then makes its way down to what will eventually be a small little town on the island over there. That should be pretty good. And we do have buses that kind of loop around here, so we're going to have to try and integrate some areas over here. So, if you are enjoying the series so far, boys, smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. We are very, very close right now to 100,000 people living on the island. And I think with these job expansions, it will enable us then to provide more residential accommodation to bring more people over. What's crazy is we've got a huge demand for residential, even though we just don't have the jobs. People just want to live here, guys. They just want to. That's how much of a utopia OilTown actually is. So let's first start with this area over here. Now, what we'll do, looking at the topography, it does slowly start to go uphill. So if I bring this kind of naturally progressing up this way, I'm not too sure how far we're going to take it. We're just going to build that for now. And then what we'll do is we've kind of been doing this gap here of a 224. So if I was to do a 224 here as well, that would then come down. Now, it just about comes down for that little snap there, but I'm not a huge fan of how it looks. So I don't know if I can kind of create a turn coming off this. I can. It's the world's smallest turn. The world's smallest turn, boys, but at least it aligns with the junction a little bit better. So keep this going. I want to try and keep my industrial areas pretty gritty because there's not much imagination you can kind of come up with building an industrial area. So we'll keep it simple. We just want to maximize the amount of workplaces we can do. And another question would be, do we need another on and off ramp area for this industrial section? So another 224, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get it as a 224. Let's see. 224. We do, I mean, it doesn't have to kind of continue like that. I can kind of just run this like this. And it just end like that. That could also work. Now, do we need another on and off ramp area? We've got one here. But then we don't want, we have this big junction there, which might cause a few little issues moving forward. Do you reckon we really need to have another on and off ramp area here? Personally, I don't think so. We've got this 4-lane road that will tear through and go all the way up, which was our original main kind of area road. Bring this going all the way down in our beautiful little snap. So if I just bring it to here for now, making sure that alignment all works, which it does. And obviously at some point, we kind of have to end it. We can't have a 4-lane road going to nowhere unless it goes underground as a tunnel to then go down here. So it kind of runs parallel with it. We might have that idea. And because of that, right, we'll quickly snap all this now in. Right, you're in. You're in. We'll do you next. And I reckon we stop there. Because that'll give me the room then to kind of bend this down and run it down to pretty much connect down to this area. It should work. You got to be careful though, because we do have some... I mean, it's quite difficult to see in the snow, but there is some mountains and some floating trees. Well, that's a new thing for me. How long has that been like that? I've never noticed that before in my life. Right, really weird. Really weird. So, that's gives us a little bit of room for expansions. Now, the existing subway line underground here, we're going to delete it all the way back to just pretty much there where it connects anyway. And then we're going to add in another stop. So we'll kind of make this. Now, I know that one's just there, so it'll be a little bit tricky to kind of move any more further. But I reckon there is more centralized to this whole little area in general. It's quite close, but then again, that one's quite close as well. But it really does help out the workers. So if I come off here, then move out. I mean, this is where the anarchy kind of almost needs to come in. Why is this not connecting? Ah, I'm not underground enough is the answer. I was not underground enough. So if I take it to there... Oh no, I'm still not underground enough. Holy moly, how low down is this? It's a lot lower than I expected, boys. Right, down we go to there. So that merges in just nicely, hopefully, fingers crossed. Which it does. So we can then extend that line just that one tiny bit further. So quickly pause, because it does come into there. We'll grab it, which is our orange line. And this will eventually... No, not orange line, it's our red line. This will eventually take us down to here. So that red line is fairly... Is it a red line, or is it like a... It's like an orangey colour line, isn't it? Right, anyway, boys, I'm getting sidetracked again. Let me just grab from here to add in a stop just there. You go there. We've now got a stop either side. So that continues a bit further, and it further extends and expands, and gives that red line more of a reason for people to use it, as we can now access this section. Now, we have had to kind of reclaim a little bit of land previously for this subway yard. I don't feel like there's going to be anything additional coming off it, or anything like that. You never know, though. Never say never, never say never. But for now, it's just clean zoning. And by clean zoning, what I mean is just dirty industry going all the way up. So I'll only do it to there, because I'm not really particularly sure how we're going to work with this area. Actually, you know what? No, because I can always delete it in the future. We'll go to here. We'll go to there, and for now, we will put the connection in. But that's as far as we'll take it. Now, I am quite saddened to see that there is no additional connection. It all depends on how we progress this around the bend coming down, but for now, that should be pretty fine. Allow the industry now to build up. So, while they build, one last quick check. 15.5% as it's now going down. It was around just under 16, but let's just call it 15.5% right now. Let's see how much we can reduce the unemployment by. So, we're going to build some additional oil fields in this area. We've discovered that using the anarchy, and we can push it outside the boundaries, which makes even bigger areas. That is the biggest one we've got over here. And that has 143 people. So looking at it, we can build one on this whole entire side before the little river, if that's what you want to call it. And then, theoretically, I could build one here, but I don't know whether to kind of now maybe think about connecting this up to here, or solely leaving it as it is. Now, it's a gas plant. We've got an incineration plant and water treatment areas. If I did connect this up, it would then be the barrier to where that oil well or oil field ends. But I feel like I could do 2 within this vicinity. That's how I feel. I just don't 100% know if I want to go down the road. Let me just build this one first anyway. So let's get our oil field all up and running. Oil drilling area. Now what's great about this is the pollution only comes from the main building. What do you mean overlapping areas? Have I got to add a key you just to be placed down? I think so. There we go. And we have our bus public transport system around here anyway. So that is the perfect placement for all of this. So let's continue to go round right now. This is... Scrap that. We got to do it slowly. As it goes round. And we'll make it... go as far as we can. And I'm going to go to the edge just there. Bring it all the way down. And then just run with the edge. Let me take off the snapping now. The edge of the waterfront. We're going to be drilling oil all the way to the beach. I don't think you can class this as a beach area. Now, seeing a lot of trees in the water makes me wonder, have I kind of caused the sea levels to rise? Asking for a friend right now, is all this pollution that I'm causing in OilTown causing the sea levels to rise? I don't think that's a game mechanic. It's probably just my poor design. But it would be funny if that was a feature, right? Right, get that to go around there. Run this all the way down. Bam. That is huge. That's a big field. I don't think it's as big as this one. It provides, at the moment, 88 jobs, but that should keep increasing. But that's a nice little field there to begin with. So that provides instant jobs. Instant 88 people have filled them. And we've gone down 0.3% with that oil field and these couple of factories that we've now built. Right, let's have a little fast forward then, see if we can get a few of these now implemented. Subway stop is all up and running. I think a train's just come back from that area, which is all good. And the dirty industry side of the island continues to expand. I think this might actually just cap out at 88, so maybe it's not as big as I thought it was. I mean, that one's got 69 next to it. Yeah, that does visually look a lot bigger. It does visually look a lot bigger. Right, okay. So is it time that I get this now connected up to there? I would like to get it connected to the junction, so I feel like it's an awkward off placement. So I feel like what would work for us in this area is having the continuous curve bend. Right, what's stopping me here from having a straight line? I think it's the terrain, if I'm being honest with you. It is a little bit all over the place. Let me go to softening. What is it? It's too high, isn't it? Right, I gotta bring down the radius. Right, let me bulk that out there. Oh, that's wrong button. Well, I instantly chomp it away, don't I? What am I doing here? Right. Create that there. Up the brush size. Bring this now down. Create a big chunky area. And then... No, not I keep doing shift and smoothing it. And then smooth. So smooth this area. And then... I also think it might be the fact that we have... Do you know what I think it is? And this always annoys me. It's the electrical lines underneath. They throw you off. It might have been that the whole time. Yeah, it was that the whole time. How annoying. But it doesn't matter now, because once I get the road connected, the electric will go through here as a connection. Right. So a complex curve, if I go about in the middle, about there, there, and then there. You get a nice little wiggle bend, and then you wouldn't even know that it's completely out of alignment anymore, would you? You actually wouldn't. So I've got the option right now to either build the biggest one yet. It could be bigger than that one. Finalizing this area. Or I could split it in the middle by building another road that forms another Crissy-Crossy. Because we've got this nice little bridge here. I feel like having a little bit of detail around here might be a good idea. And then a lot of people want to kind of build some kind of a form of a park. I might build the park on the opposite side of the river. So then you've got the two contrasting areas on either side. You've got the industrialized one side of the river and then the nature facility on the other side of the river. And it's the story of OilTown, that is. It is the story of OilTown. Oh, have we got some issues right now? Waiting for a hearse. Hold on, we might actually have a little bit of a sidetrack right now. Might have a side quest, guys. Apparently we're waiting for a hearse. Are all the hearses busy? They are. Now, can we add more vehicles to this? No, but we do have a crematorium that we're able to get a few more vehicles for. So if I turn this around and place you... Right, please stop snapping to the building. Right, is this the snapping button? Yes. So if I did 1, 2... there. I could do maybe... Right, can you... go there? So this is a little bit out the way. But that will give me a grand total then of 35 vehicles. Now in doing so, I want to build the little border road going around it as well. Oh, I forgot I got the complex curve on still. Let me turn that off. Right, there we go. Bring this up. Oh, we're building bridges now, I see. We're building bridges. Right, there we go. So I like to put like a little road border around some buildings. It kind of builds like a bigger complex when you kind of do it like that. Although that one feels slightly off-center. What happened there? Right, that's better. So that provides then an additional... how much do they provide each? 5. So I've done 5, 10, 15, 20 hearses. Would you say 20 hearses is enough to get through that backlog? We'll see. We shall see. Because we originally had only 30. Now we've got 50 hearses in total. So we've almost doubled it in some way. We're not far from them. Yeah, I think those icons are now disappearing. Right, that was an interesting little side quest, wasn't it? Right, I want to build a small little bridge across here. We have a few options for bridges. I might do this 2-lane wooden bridge for the funsies. It's like the old style crossing bridge. So if I built that there, let's take a look at this. Old style wooden bridge, boys. I like that. I like that quite a bit. So we'll get this to run down. And we might do... Oh, I don't think we'll do a gravel road. Or I could do a gravel road. Into the rural area. I'm not sure if I want to do it. Do you know, I'll do a gravel road because it might transition quite nicely into our little park area that we're going to be building. That could be interesting. So I'm going to bring this down to here and then create our little bend. So that's a 91 by 88. That will do me just fine. And let's just keep it like that. And I'm going to pick a random spot here to kind of come out from. So if I just pick this as a complete and utter random spot. And then this will be my little connection. So I could go quite large on this bend. There we go. So it's it's something that we can kind of then expand off and grow off. That's how we can treat this little area. We can expand and grow off it. Now, the more I look at it, the more I'm like thinking, I feel like it could do with a few additional little areas of connection. So you could also treat it as the original oil area as well. So bring that out from there. I'm going to bring this out from here, and them two roads are going to connect there. That will create a connection here. I think then we'll be okay. Right, so bring this further up. Find our little, situate our little bend. 99. 100's fine by me. Right, so we're creating 3 oil fields in total. Nice. So we'll replicate this kind of style over on this area, but there'll be a lot more as we create like a really, really big park vibe. And then this is like, this used to be like that until we found oil, and then we had to drill everywhere. So this one here is going to be the biggest one. So trying to get them, or the main buildings, in this vicinity, because that's where we have public transport. Now, I could build another stop over here. So as they go there, because the next stop then isn't until down there. So I can make it go around here, stop there, and then come in to stop there, and then off they go. That will give us a little bit more lee room. So let me just get these buildings, or these oil fields, first set up. So oil. Now this one, because I can do another bus stop now, we're going to place this one. We're going to place this one here. Okay. And then we'll do the snap first. And then we'll get rid of the snap now. So that snap didn't last very long, did it? No siree. Right, run that right round. Up to here. A little bit of a tedious job. But once we've got it all done, we're all good. Right, we should be able to put the snap back on there. As we go through all of this little twists and turns. And straight up. So you lose the bend at about here. Right, just that little bit here just annoys me. Let me just redo this. There we go. There we go. And that provides 49 employees. Right, what's interesting about... Oh, hang on, I gotta do this bit now. Hold on. So what's interesting about this is, because it's a dirt road, it feels... like the road is hidden, almost. And with the road being so thin, it almost feels like there isn't a road there as well as at the same time. So that's interesting. And you're gonna be this. You can see a little bit on the edge there, which I don't mind too much. I suppose you lose that out because there's no sidewalk, isn't there? I mean, you don't want to get it too close all the time. Oh, what are they they're transporting wells over here. Or is that the drilling machine? I think that might be the drilling machine. Where are you going, boy? Where are you going right now? I have no idea where you're going, but you're definitely going to drill something. Okay, so let me get one more in. And we'll do this large one here. So put you right here now. Get the snap back on. Right, run this all the way down. So this will be the bigger one out of the 3 that I'm building in this area. Right, get right round it. Right in. And then follow it all the way around. And then once you come off here now, it's now a free-for-all. So... just following the waterfront down. This could still be our biggest one yet. No, I don't think having it too close to water pollutes it. I don't think it works like that. Right, back to the snapping. Back to the snapping. Bam and bam. So what does that provide? 85? You're telling me this is bigger? Yeah, okay, now I look at it, the more it makes sense. Right, I've got to get rid of trees here as well. How do I get rid of trees? Potted plants. Ooh, we've got new props. Didn't even realise. Vegetation, sorry. So, multiple. Is there not a way to kind of like remove trees? I forget which trees they are. Oh, there you go. Nailed it. Nailed it, boys. It just looks really weird now, doesn't it? It looks really weird when there's no buildings on it. It looks quite empty. Now, I won't get this one in just yet, because this side of the island right now is really bulked up with oil. I mean, taking OilTown to the full extent. Oh, we've got some power issues here. Right, let's build another transformer or two. So, transformer station. Let's get some dotted around these areas then. So, I reckon we build one around here somewhere. Actually, we'll get one down near the harbour. And we'll get one down near the cargo harbour. So we'll do that one just there. Spread the differences. Now, we'll place these underground. So if we connect them to one another, then bring this up. Right. And then run it to here. That should then push out the power supply, right? Well, yeah, it helps if I put it into play mode. It should. So that disperses a little bit more electricity with a lot more ease. Right, okay, all good. So yeah, you gotta wait for that to kind of build up before you start seeing it looking semi-normal. But now I've got 2 main buildings there. It makes sense now to extend the bus line for both of them. So I need the bus with the shelter. So if I put one on there and then one there. And then the bus line that comes round. So this one will stop there. And then this one would stop there. So they just kind of take an extra stop around for that main building. And then obviously, when I build the one there, I'll put the main building there so it's within walking distance. They'll come down here. Now, we do have buildings here that might get utilised by public transport. So I've got 2 options. I can either throw a little stop here and they can walk to it. Or I could bring a stop in around there, a bit more closer. But then again, do you know what? No, that might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. So if I put one there and there, it does mean that they've got to do some awkward connection too. So that one goes on the right-hand side. So it'll come in there to then go round. But do I need it to do... I can make them do the one side of the road. Because then that would help us with entering and exiting. So I make them both stop at the same one on that side. Because it's the least amount of crissy crosses it does on the line, holding up another bus. Right. I'll have to figure something better. Oh my goodness, I've literally just done it. And now we've got more power overloading. It shows us how on the edge we actually are. Right, okay. So... Right, pause a second. We have one coming down here, so I might build let's say, a nice little transformer just here. I say nice. They're nothing but nice. Right, and then that now puts us where we need to. Actually, I think it might be an actual building issue. I don't think we're producing enough. Now, this is the gas power station, which is producing 620. So let's add on to this to produce a bit more. Reduce consumption. Reduce air pollution. Add another turbine, which will give us 100 megawatts additional power, but also will create more pollution. So that sorts us out there, but with the transformers, it looks like we didn't need the transformers. It was just a case of we needed the power plant to produce more, but the transformers help us distribute the power a bit more evenly across the island without overloading the power lines. So there's still some benefit to building those anyway. It wasn't like it was a wasteful thing to do. Right, okay. Right, like in the little dirt roads, then it adds something different to this area, and it's going to transition nicely over to a big national park kind of a vibe that we're going to have going on. This is going to take some time to fully upgrade and be at the maximum. You got the buildings right now, drilling for oil. And then that will build more wells. How is the industrial over here then? So all the factories are now being built. Well, the ones that we zoned anyway. We've still got some more room to zone some more. So how has this affected our unemployment? Remember, 15.5 is the number I'm saying. Wow, it's nearly down 3%. Right, nearly down 3%. But there is still a little bit more we can do. So we're going to zone first all of this. And then push this all the way back to there. So that will just fill up that one side there, just kind of throw the rest of those in. We do need more commercial. We do have quite a high commercial demand. So you can see where the commercial actually is. A lot of it is within this area. There's a lot over here as well. It's mainly seeing where all the shoppers are. So we have a lot of residential down on this side. Let's see. High density buildings are obviously a good way to go. We're going to have to throw some just down here. And then we'll do some low density just down to there. This is eventually going to be the Hollywood Hills area. So we'll spend that demand on them buildings. So they will provide more jobs as well, which is glorious. Now, I don't think I've got any other unique or signature buildings that I would particularly use. Commercial-wise, no. Industry-wise, these are nothing really to do with the oil industry. No. I have tech buildings. This is a company, how should you... Wait, hold on, what is this? Companies working in this modern building are not only make sure that justice is served, but are efficient and actually help reduce the crime. Oh, this is a crime building. Okay, that's actually for our services, isn't it? Right, okay, so let me just throw this in, for example, now. So if I put that there. So how many jobs does that provide? 37, which get instantly filled. It produces financial stuff, which is fine, but it affects our crime service, our police facilities. I will eventually build a better Coda Park, but that should do just fine. My only issue would be is I'm hoping I haven't done like too high a rent. All these buildings are empty because I've made the rent super high, but it looks like financial stuff is kind of slightly surviving. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that one, by the way, boys. Keep our eyes peeled. Other signature buildings in that kind of aspect, we have a modern building, creative art and code. Better building, muttering the motto, better safe than sorry, just in case. What is this? What does this produce? They're free buildings, but what do you produce? Also financial. Right, okay. We're going to have to work with this area at some point. I'm just placing it down for the jobs. So I don't mind financial stuff, right? You know, we've got to have financial services on the island. That one there, design, art, and code. So I'm going to assume that produces software. It does. Right, get rid of you. Don't want you then. This one is provide entertainment, tourists. Right, what do you produce? Media. Oh, I don't know if I want those type of buildings. I don't know whether it kind of fits within the aesthetic, there we go, of what we're trying to do. A mini company that has made artists famous. What do you create? Media as well. Okay. Right, we'll just go with these two for now. I'm actually going to reposition this one over on this side, so they're kind of like near one another. But we do need to build a better coder park area, if that's the best way to pull it. But a lot of it, what it produces, is not what we're after. You know what I mean? Now, we haven't built any new residential stuff, but we are quite close to claiming 100,000 residents. Just throwing that out there right now, boys. Just throwing it out there. We've still got a little bit of industrial demand, so we'll kind of build a few little pockets right now of factories on the 4-lane main road. So I don't want to do too many that it then causes us big issues. So we'll probably go to just there. Allow them to build up in that facility. Right, we got this death coming in again. People waiting for a hearse. Are we all fully loaded again? We got 32 out. Do I just build some more? We've got a few little gaps and nooks and crannies where we can build some more. We can get 2 in just... Well, actually, no, I can't get 2 in. I should have repositioned it. Let me reposition you to get rid of the... It fits in there very awkwardly. I've got an awkward number on that one. Right, let me bring this road out. So what do they take up? They take up a 4, don't they? So if I was to move this one and put it just there, they take up a 4. So if I went and created... Hold on, what's going on here? I got the wrong road on the go. Alright, bring that out for just a second. Put my straight piece on as well, by the way. So just for a hot min, get that extra bit just there. Right, these aren't working the way I'm expecting them to because there is a slight issue with the alignment. There we go. So that's an extra 10 vehicles in that regards. So I am creating a big complex is what I'm doing. I'm creating quite a large complex. These... I've got so much room here to kind of build something up there as well. But that space kind of slightly throws me off. Now... It is going to be a big issue. Do we have the capacity though with the bodies? I think if anything, we need to build a secondary building. Because we're losing out on capacity. Right, okay, so death care. I'm going to build another crematorium. Oh, wait, almost... Oh, wait, hold on. It almost goes in there, so I'm going to move that one over by 1. Is that a crematorium? Yes. I'm going to build that there, and I'm going to move all this over by 1. Right, so this building here, move over by 1. There we go. So, build this going round. And then up, straight across, in. Nice. So it integrates itself pretty well. Everything's all staggered. Like I said, it creates this vast complex, which is very interesting to see. So, Hearst garages them. I'm trying to think what the better option here would be. So, I'm first trying to rotate this. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that is 10, 20, 30, plus what the base building gives us. And I'd like to do my little ring going around it. And that bulks up this whole complex. That is a vast death complex. That's all I'm going to say. It is a vast death complex. Some of these alignments aren't bang on perfect, but it's all good. Now we're going to add the additional incinerator to this and the refrigeration to it as well. So hopefully it can take some of the slack off this because it's already trying to process more bodies than it can process. And now we've got this one on the go that can kind of help out. So that's good to go. It's just a case of now waiting for vehicles. It also provides 91 jobs. Throwing that out there as well, guys. So wait for more bodies and stuff to get back and vehicles to be released, and then we're all good. What a death complex. What a death complex. So that should pick all of those bodies up. And in the whole entire issue of that, we finally reached 100,000 people living on the island. So while I'm trying to fight the unemployment rate, more and more people keep moving here. So my unemployment down to 11%. We've done 4.5%. That's not too bad with the minimal stuff that we've incorporated and placed in, while also having the population still grow for us. We started like, what was it, 94,000 this episode, so we've managed to gain an extra 6,000 people, plus bring down the unemployment. That's not too shabby. It is not too shabby. But we're just going to keep on top of things. We're just going to keep pushing it in that direction. Now, other little stuff I want to take a look at is the mail. We are nowhere near doing as good as we once was. Post sorting facility. Might be on the cards for us. I'll save this for another episode because I want to integrate that so much more than what we currently have. So we'll save the mail-related stuff. Now, internet speeds, the satellite uplink. Increases our network capacity, entertainment citywide, attractiveness. This is all stuff that's going to want people to move here a bit more, so maybe we just slightly slow down a little bit on all that stuff. Can we provide, I mean, I need to do all these tourist attractions and sports stadiums as well. What's our biggest issue right now? Small homes, lack of entertainment. Yeah, so we're going to have to sort out all the entertainment stuff at some point. That's going to have to be completed as well. So we've got some big projects and some big plans that we still need to now do. But this has worked out pretty well. We haven't really checked out the airport island recently. I think the overall consensus is that I do not add trains because it doesn't really make any sense. I'll be honest with you guys. It literally does not make any sense. Airport is as busy as it has always been, which is pretty good. Have they got all the taxis still distributed, by the way? Let me select the taxi depot. Yeah, 125 right there right now, out and about, doing their thing. It's wild. Now, I've just had a thought. I think having the additional stops on these lines might mean that we need, because there's a lot of people waiting here, we might need more buses on these lines. So if I go from 8 to, I'm going to be generous and go 15. Now this one here is not as busy as that one because that's the one they go to exit, and this is the one they come to get off. And we'll go, again, 15 might be way too much. They tend to get off at this stop, as you can see. Because that's the first closest one for the city. This is the first closest one to exit the crematorium and the graveyard. And now we've added more in. It's just going to create even more chaos. I feel like this building's not working. Or is that just me? There's no vehicles in use. Or is there just no dead bodies at the moment? Have I missed it all? I mean, there's a couple of icons over there. So I'm not particularly too sure. If I'm being completely honest with you. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. It could be a case of... having to reposition it. Oh no. Now it won't centralize. I'm going to be asking too much to do this, aren't I? Wasn't that pretty much where it was just originally? I'm not too sure. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on this. There might be just no demand at the moment to have vehicles skedaddle out of here. We'll come back to that at some point and keep our eyes on it. Anyway, guys, we're going to end it here. It's been a pretty wild ride. We've increased the amount of job offerings available, and we've now got over 100,000 people living here. My concern is, okay, unemployment's now rising again because they're bringing more people to the island. My concern is, where are they all living right now? Surely we're going to run out of houses. Surely we are going to run out of houses at this point. But adding a lot of service buildings in, more kind of schools, more policing, more fire, mail, that kind of stuff, that also will provide more jobs. So that kind of will help us out in reducing it. But, whew, it's getting very interesting now, isn't it? It is definitely getting very interesting. Hopefully, winter will not last too long as well. We've still got more oil fields that we still need to get in. But I think overall, they are just still bringing in so many more people. Where are they all living? At this rate, unemployment will go back to where it originally was. Have I got enough jobs? Is there a way to check, like homelessness? I don't know if there's a way to check, like, if I do have enough buildings. You know what I mean? I have no idea if that is even possible. I ain't got a clue, boys. If it is, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know if it is possible to see that kind of statistic. Right, now people are waiting for ambulances, so they're no longer dead. Oh, what's over here? No vehicles. Okay, before we end it then, let me just quickly... we're going to need another bus depot. So, like I said, before we end it, guys, let me build my bus depot in this area. We'll get an additional one set up. So, bus depot. Put your snap back on, please. We'll build this just... I'll build it just there. Oh, why not? Overlapping items. Oh, try overlapping now, you fool. So delete you. We'll build a nice little perimeter road going around it. And then we'll build the extra garages coming off all of this. So extra garages. We'll build... So if I did one there, one there, one there, one there. I'm not liking this design already. But I'll come up there, down here, and in. Oh, I don't know why I'm going around the back of it. Because the issue we've got with this is I haven't really connected that up. So, let me just move this a bit by one. to move this by 1. I just realised I didn't get that as a connection. Oh, no, 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 don't delete you. All right, get rid of you. Bring you up. Straight across. All the way in. La-di-da. I didn't really get any of this here set up. But I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I think that's actually merged within the building, right? Oh, no. Now I can't get the road deleted. Because technically... it's a part of the airport. Right, what I could do... Oh, no, 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 no. Is bring that to there. Just so I can delete... Wow, I really can't do the rest. How do I delete a road? Right, I'm regretting all decisions. I'm regretting all decisions now, guys. All decisions are being regretted. No regretty, no spaghetti. But I'm regretty-alling the spaghetti right now. Right, we'll leave it like that. That has provided a lot more buses. An extra 75 buses we can now provide. So I don't think we need to expand any more than that. Let's just keep it like that right now. I'm doing a lot of yapping. Buses will now be a lot more. I don't feel like this is still working. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'll probably delete it and replace it down at some point. But I'm scared because we hit 100,000 and yet we've still grown the population by another 2,000. Where are they all living right now? That's what I want to know. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button down below. And until next time I see you all soon. So, goodbye.